Hello and welcome to Flory Models Friday Roundup Show. Here we are with you on the 18th of December 2020, 1 week away from that magic day of Christmas. I must admit, this year it's like, pew, it's flown by. We talked about it a lot last night on the live show, but it has been a crazy, totally weird year. You know, you went from the beginning of the year with thinking of Brexit and all of those things that were happening, and then obviously COVID and how COVID's changed everything. And I know we're going to talk about this a lot next week, doing a series of little programs obviously for the end of the year, things like that. But yes, it has definitely been a crazy year. Anyway, I've been on it. Been pushing on very hard this week with getting the MRAP finished. I must admit, I'm very happy of how it's looking now. She's really starting to come together. It's a little bit difficult because she's in lots of different bits and different stages, but as you can see, starting to come in now. I've got to get the doors on there and everything, but the weathering has come through and looking very much the part on that one. If I just grab a closer camera for you, you might see a little bit more details. So this is one of those real weird things, because all this is literally a wash and a little bit of oil. That's all it's had. It hasn't had anything flash or anything else yet. And again, she is in multiple parts, so it's all still sort of coming in bits like this, so we can have a proper nice look down in here and stuff. But yeah, happy with the weather. And as I say, literally it's just had some wash and a little spridge of oils around it to give us this type of, it said I wanted this thing to look like really nasty, you know, all in one bit, but really looking grubby and stuff like that. And that is something that the wash does very well, as you can see. So that's coming together. I'm really hoping to have this totally finished off either by the end of today or certainly over the weekend. I'll get that one done and it'll be finished off out the way like that one. Obviously this week, loads of parts of it coming up. Next week there'll be a ton of it as well, and we'll talk about obviously the final part of that one for this week is up there. As I say, I'll get another part of you Monday. I'll get another part, hopefully it'll be the final one before Christmas as well, so making our way through. So there's still plenty to see on this one, but obviously at the moment it is all a little bit of a soft fit, purely because it's going to Matt. So obviously Matt's going to do a diorama base for it, and he's going to do some figures for it, a little bit of stowage equipment, all type of that. So I'm leaving it all literally as a loose fit. So I'll tack it all together for my final photos, and then obviously it'll go to him, and then obviously he'll be working with it in the new year to turn it into a little bit of a diorama. But anyway, loads of various ones on that. You can catch up with that one here, which is over on the MRAP build if you haven't seen it already. Again, if you're not a member and you're not watching the videos, you can see the photos from it as well. So this is part 10 that was up with you today. So it talks about obviously painting. So we go through the painting stage of getting the cab work done. As I said, if you haven't seen it, it's multi-part painting purely because of it all. Going through with the interior, so we finished off the interior, working on the rear deck, getting that sorted. The top gun area for the gunner, putting all that in, loads of photo etch, lots of detail as you imagine right the way through this build. Working on the wheels, which to be honest, again, you know me, I do it the simplest way possible. All that is Tamiya rubber black and then a little bit of dry brushing, that's it. But it looks very effective and looks just like the real thing. The gun, which is literally a mini marvel, lots of parts in that one, came together very nicely. And then obviously we talk about masking up and doing the armour glass look for that as well. So we were going through talking about obviously cutting them out because I haven't got a mask set for it, so we do it manually. And also we've then put some blue around the edges of the glass to give it that armoured look. Then we've light fast it, as I call it, with the black, and then obviously we've painted it up as we made our way through. There's loads of it said to come. I've got a ton of editing to do over the weekend, so they're probably going to be, I think, another 3 parts on this one. It's going to be a 13 or a 14 parter. I've already got all the footage done and everything for Mondays when that goes up with you, and then I might do one on Tuesday and one on Wednesday, so we get right up to date, because this one will be finished off this week as we make our way through. So stay tuned. I know obviously a lot of you have been looking forward to seeing this one done, and I'm into that zone now where I really enjoy it. It's the weathering and all stuff like that, but I've still got to do various things. So obviously we've got to sort out the spare wheels, got to go on there. I've got a couple of other bits, obviously all the aerials have got to be fitted and stuff, but again, because Matt's having it up that end, I don't want to go too far into that in case he wants to change it around to give it a more diorama type feel to it and stuff like that. But very happy. Anyway, so you go off, you get part 10 now. That's up on the site as we make our way through. Anyway, we all started on Monday with this. This is obviously the review for the Hong Kong models 30-second scale, no section. Okay, and let me mute that so we don't go through. As I say, the video review is up for it, and it goes right the way through. You can get a good look at it. It's one all the way in here. The big thing is obviously this bit, which as you can see is absolutely crystal clear. It's one of those ones where I've never been a fan of clear parts, because normally it's just a standard part being injected, molded in clear. This isn't. This is separate to the actual kit part. So in that way, it's got a really really nice look to it, and it'll be one of those areas where you can see in there. Would I do it still? I'm still not a mass fan of them, but definitely I think it's one of those areas where if you wanted to show it off and some of those details in there, it's a better option that I've seen with most of them. And to be honest with you, we've been waiting so long for this particular kit, to come out and things like that, then yes, there it is. And again, because we're not going to see the Wing That Wings one anytime soon, I don't think, then it's nice that we've got a version of it. And again, if you are limited for space, like I say in the review with it, it's great because again, you can have a nice little diorama. We were talking about the motorbike cases work perfectly well for it as well, and the train one. So if you wanted to have a little display case, it's absolutely great. Anyway, that was up with you on Monday. Tuesday was a good show because obviously we were having lots on the go with this one. We've sort of brought back the Tool Tuesday vibe to things. So what we were doing is, I don't know why it's not self-muting. We were talking about all the different tools and everything that we've had in over the last few weeks. So we're looking at Master Tools. So this is their very cheap, very reasonably priced razor saw, which when you look at it, it looks like it's a piece of tat. I'll be honest with you, it didn't fill me with any confidence until I used it. And to be honest with you, the blade is very, very good. It's very fine. The teeth are very, very fine as well. It's a little bit flexible compared to other manufacturers that are out there. But we had a go with it, and Buster took another beating, so we cut the hell out of him with that one. And going through using all the other ones. The other one we looked at was the Master Tools domed rivet making set. And again, this is one of those things, you can pay an absolute fortune for them, but they're not too bad at all. So we had a go with them and we were testing them out on Buster's grandson. I think it would have to be because it's the Mosquito, but we were showing them on there and putting it through their paces and see how they work. And they, to be honest with you, no problem at all. We're saying it's a good handy tool to have. And again, it won't break the bank on that one. And then we were looking at cutters. Okay, so it's that thing about snips and cutters and stuff. So what I did with this particular one, if I find a section we can talk about it here, I put them up against obviously God hands, which are the most expensive ones that I'm aware out there, which are fantastic. Then the display cutters, because again, I think they're mid-range, shall we say, good quality but mid-range. And then we put them up against the Master Hobby one as well, which is a little bit cheaper, to see exactly how they would stand up and how they cut and everything else like that. So there's a good little review on that one going all the way through, and it's one of those things where unless you're looking very, very closely, they are very, very good. They're not going to, be as good as God Hands ones. They're not quite as good as the display ones, but definitely for the price point, I think they're totally acceptable. Absolutely fantastic. And I've been using them now for the last week and haven't had a single problem at all with them. So it was really bringing back Tool Tuesday. We were talking about obviously some of the tools from Master Tools this week, and then next year, obviously, we'll be bringing back Tool Tuesdays a lot more and putting them up against other ones and doing direct comparisons. And things like that. So yeah, so that's the one. The Mr. Hobby ones, really, really, as you said, on a par, I think, with the Master Tool ones, if I'm honest. And they worked very, very well on there. Then, obviously, it was me and Matt. We're up with you with the PM show on Wednesday as always. So we were discussing all things kits and everything that goes along with that one, as you know. So usual fun and giggles and everything else. We answered your questions about kits and stuff as well on there. So if you want to keep up with all the sort of industry news, what's going on, what's been released, what we've got coming in, what we've got coming back in stock, and obviously for the members, the all-important pre-orders, then obviously that is the show for you. It's about an hour every week. So if you want to join us for that one, it's lovely to have you along there. Yesterday as well, we had up was the Zukumori review for the F4 Phantom, and again, I've got all the pictures down in here. It's one of those kits where it's top of its game. It's really very, very nice. And again, when you put it up against the old salt ones out there, shall we say, the Hasegawa kits and stuff like that, it is showing their age. This is a brand new kit, beautiful work, full detailed intakes as well, which obviously the Hasegawa one never had. Fully detailed engines, obviously all the parts in there, and obviously we were looking at some of the things and talking about the parts that are in there, which obviously are bringing out later versions, shall we say, the 80s and 90s ones as well. So you can expect lots more of these ones coming out. We're hoping really for the Wild Weasel version, because that's the kit that everybody wants. So I'm just looking in there, it looks like it is, because the parts are in the actual box for it. But anyway, there's the review for that one. I can see myself building this kit, so stand by for that next year, because it looks absolutely fantastic. And I think it's easy now to put that top of the tree for the F4E Phantom family at the moment. Anyway, so that was up with you there. And then last night we had the live show, so usual fun and laughter. It was live 7:30 till whenever. Happy to report my partner did make it home after about 10 o'clock. She got stuck on the motorway live. So anyway, that was us one with the four of us on there. We were saying afterwards we were a little bit flat. We felt that, you know, we might have let you down a little bit. That's purely because Matt was really tired. John's cream crackered and Andy is as well. And it's like, you know, it's one of those things. End of the year, I think everyone's just waiting for a few days off to recharge the old batteries and stuff. So apologies if we were a little bit flat. But anyway, thank you for your guys and interaction. Obviously all your questions, answering your questions. And we were showcasing some absolutely fantastic models as well at the end of it. Anyway, it is getting near the end of the year, so I thought we haven't done it for a while. Let's have a quick scoop around the forum with the various things that are going on at the moment. Just to reiterate, PM models section just here at the top. The pre-orders, okay? Remember, they're all in here, so members, if you want to get your discounts on your kits and all the rest of it, make sure you pop your name down for it in there, and you'll be absolutely good to go. So there's various ones. We spoke about that on the Wednesday show if you want to catch up. Don't forget, if you want to keep up with all the live shows that are going on, they are down in here. All the full video builds with everything in there are down in here. So the MRAP is already updated, if you haven't seen it already, so that's in here. So if you're looking for the full video builds of them, it'll come through, there it goes. They are all down in here with all the pictures as well, so you've got it all in one place if you want to go through and see all about the MRAP as well as all the other video builds as we make our way through. I'm acutely aware, there you go, that's today's one, acutely aware that I haven't finished the bowcaster. I will get that done over the weekend as well, so that'll be completed next week as we make our way through. So if you want to find all your videos, and you obviously you can comment on them, give us your feedback, all the stuff, they are all literally down in here. There's links here as well to all the different ones as well, so that's down in that section as you can see. And then obviously you've got your tutorials and then the ask the team question area if you want to poke it down in there. All right, so lots going on. All right, so obviously we are getting near the end of the year. I know loads of you are pushing on with it, and obviously this will be the cut-off point now for the turkey shoot, getting your reveals in. Loads of you have done now, which is good because I think we only had 10. Now we've got 65 of you have finished your reveals for the turkey shoot. So well done to everybody who completed it now. I'll get the video done over the weekend and that'll be up with you next week. So congratulations to everybody who's finished it on there. And then obviously we need to finish off these two group builds and SIGs to complete the year. So obviously we've got the action movie group build. That one's been going since the 1st of July and obviously it's going to finish at the end of the year. Please get your ones in. We've got 99 of you finished. We had 194 of you enter. So it'd be great to get as many as you in there. Don't forget, everybody gets a medal and a little something from me as well. So make sure you get your entries completed and finished in there. All right. And also we've got the Shelf of Doom one, which is finishing at the moment as well. So as I say, we've got 31 of you finishing there, 67 on the go. So you've got until the end of the year to finish off those models which you should have finished off years ago. That's why we do the old one at the end of the year as well. So they are down in there. So it'd be great to have a look. So having a quick sneaky peek in here. Let me just bring up the new one. We'll just pick up the last two ones in here. So we've got from Chris. He's doing the crop duster scene. There we go. So he's done that one and there it is. Absolutely fantastic. Brilliant works. What we were talking about with these, it's in the full spirit of what we were saying about for doing the actual this type of stuff. So it's taken a direct scene from a film and shown it, and we can see exactly what you mean in there as well. So fantastic work. Well done, Chris. That looks absolutely beautiful. And we've got here, well, we saw this last night, to be honest, but we'll just have another recap in case you didn't see it. It's a fantastic Star Destroyer. So this is Chris. And he's done the Zvezda Star Destroyer and he's LED lit it and it looks absolutely fantastic, and fibre optics and you name it, it's got everything thrown at it. So well done to him. I'd say we did see that one last night. I'll just grab another one. And we've got Rambo. So again, 1/16 scale. This is from Daniel and this is the one he did, and there he is. Absolutely fantastic. Beautiful work. Very, very nice job. Good job. Fantastic. Absolutely. And that's the nice thing about obviously the group builds and SIGs. Next year, we've spoken about them enough now. You can see all about those. And again, some amazing stuff coming up. So I've got big plans for next year, joining in with all of those builds, making our way through. Just to say, I am going to do the Star Trek Enterprise I'm probably not going to get it done this year. I've got so much to do, to be honest with you, that you wouldn't believe. So what I'm going to do is make that my first build of next year, to make our way through. Apologies, it's a little bit late, but yeah, with everything going on at the moment, it's just thrown us totally. So hopefully that will be, you know, quite a straightforward build. It will be about the painting and weathering, and I'll get on with that one and get a good start on it. So obviously it will straight into the next one. We'll have it done in my first build of next year as we make our way through. Anyway, that's about it from me. I would like to say thank you to everybody for everyone's kind feedback this week. As you know, we had a bit of an incident on the internet, and I had massive support from all of you guys through private messages and messaging on forums, obviously on Facebook pages and through Instagram and all the other places. I'd just like to say it really does nice to know you guys have got my back, because you know me better than clearly these other people did. So when they're all, not being funny, sticking the boot in, it was really nice to have full support from you guys to say, no, they're not right. You're doing the right thing. We know what you mean and everything else. So again, big thank you to everybody for your support on that one. It's much appreciated. So anyway, I'm going to crack on with this one now. We're going to get this one finished off and moved on. So that's looking very, very nice for that one as we make our way through. As always on a Friday, I'm going to leave you with your great work from the gallery. So until Monday, everybody, happy modelling. Take care.
I was not ready to fall in like I'm wasted.